Have you ever felt like the world is shifting beneath your feet? Like the old rules don't apply anymore? You're not just imagining it. We're living through what many are calling a global reset, a profound economic and geopolitical realignment that's changing everything. And if you're only focused on what's happening within the United States, you might be missing the biggest opportunities of a generation. For decades, the US has been the undisputed center of the economic universe. The dollar was king, Wall Street set the pace, and American innovation led the way. But let's be honest, that picture is starting to look a little different. We're seeing persistent inflation, political division like never before, and a national debt that just keeps climbing. It feels like we're running on a treadmill, working harder just to stay in the same place. This isn't about being pessimistic. It's about being realistic. The world isn't waiting for the US to figure things out. While we're caught up in our own dramas, other parts of the world are surging forward. Think about it. The global economic center of gravity is visibly shifting eastward. Countries in Asia, Latin America, and even parts of Africa are experiencing explosive growth. They have young, dynamic populations, rapidly expanding middle classes, and governments that are aggressively competing for investment and talent. This is the core of the global reset. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's a measurable, observable economic trend. Power, wealth, and opportunity are becoming more distributed, more decentralized. The unipolar world we grew up in is evolving into a multipolar one. And in this new world, clinging to a use-only mindset is like sailing a ship with your eyes fixed on the rearview mirror. You'll miss the open ocean of opportunity right in front of you. So, what does this mean for you, personally? It means it's time to broaden your horizons. We need to start thinking like global citizens. This isn't just about finding the next hot stock market. It's about diversifying every aspect of your life, your investments, your income streams, even where you might consider living or doing business. Let's talk about investing. For years, the S&P 500 was the default choice. But have you looked at the valuations lately? Meanwhile, many international markets are trading at a fraction of the cost, with much higher growth potential. We're talking about countries building new cities from scratch, leapfrogging old technologies, and creating consumer markets of hundreds of millions of people. These are the places where the next Amazon or Google might be born. Ignoring them is like ignoring tech stocks in the late 90s, and it's not just about public markets. The opportunities in private equity, real estate, and direct business investment abroad are staggering. Imagine investing in a renewable energy project in Southeast Asia, a fintech startup in Brazil, or a tourism business on the Mediterranean coast. These aren't just financial plays. They're ways to participate in real, tangible growth that's reshaping the world. Beyond investing, think about your career and your income. The rise of remote work has untethered us from geography. You can now serve a global client base from almost anywhere. Why limit your market to 330 million people in the US when you could reach billions? You could start an e-commerce brand that sells to Europe and Asia. You could offer consulting services to companies in emerging markets. The digital economy has no borders, and those who embrace this will have a massive advantage. This also brings up the idea of a plan B. Having a second residency or even citizenship in another country is no longer just for the rich. It's a smart diversification strategy. It gives you options. It gives you freedom of movement. In a world of increasing uncertainty, having another place you can legally live, work, and invest provides an incredible sense of security and a hedge against political or economic turmoil at home. Many countries offer straightforward paths to residency for investors, entrepreneurs, or skilled professionals. It's a form of personal insurance that's becoming more and more valuable. Let's be clear, this is not about abandoning the United States. It's about augmenting it. It's about adopting a global strategy to build a more resilient, prosperous, and interesting life. It's about recognizing that the world is a big, dynamic place, and your future shouldn't be tied to the fate of a single country, no matter how powerful it has been in the past. The first step is simply to change your mindset. Start paying attention to global news, not just American news. Follow international business publications. Learn about different cultures and economies. The information is all out there. Instead of seeing foreign countries as just vacation spots, start seeing them as landscapes of opportunity. Think about the specific regions. Southeast Asia, with countries like Vietnam, Indonesia, and the Philippines, is an economic powerhouse in the making. Latin America is rich in resources and is undergoing a tech revolution. Parts of Eastern Europe offer incredible value and a high quality of life. The Middle East is diversifying away from oil at a breathtaking pace, creating futuristic cities and new industries. Each region has its own unique set of opportunities and challenges. Of course, this isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. It requires research, due diligence, and an open mind. You need to understand local laws, cultures, and market dynamics. But the potential rewards, both financial and personal, are immense. The global reset is happening, whether we acknowledge it or not. The deck is being reshuffled. You can either sit back and watch your hand get weaker, or you can start looking at the whole table and figure out how to play the new game. The latter is where the excitement and the real opportunities lie. It's about being proactive, not reactive. It's about building a future that is undependent on the whims of one government or one economy. So, I challenge you to do one thing this week. Pick a country you know very little about and spend an hour learning about its economy, its major industries, and its residency options. Just open that door in your mind. You might be shocked at what you find. The 21st century will be defined by those who think and act globally. The question is, will you be one of them? Thanks for watching. If this got you thinking, hit that like button and subscribe for more content on navigating our changing world. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Where in the world do you see the most opportunity right now? Let's discuss. See you in the next video.